Hi and welcome to Boys of Yoga. My name is Albert Mordew and today's class is called The Way of the Warrior. And my warriors for today are Michael James Wong here on my left and Ryan on my right. Today's class is an intermediate class and we're going to be working through some warrior variations building up to our peak pose, which is the bound warrior, which is a very tricky pose. It's going to really test not only your strength but your balance and your flexibility and your focus, because you really have to have a lot of focus and poise to pull it off. So without further ado, we're going to get started. And to begin, we're just going to take a flat left palm and our right fist and place them together at the center of the chest. This is our warrior stance to begin. Close down the eyes and just begin with Ujjayi breath. So with your Ujjayi breath, you want to continue with breath through the nose during the whole practice. And we want to create that little restriction in the back of the throat that creates the sound of the Ujjayi breath, the victorious breath. And you might feel a sensation like a swirling in the back of the throat. That's great. What it does is it starts to develop the heat and the energy through the breath. So you don't need a hot room. All you need to do is keep that powerful breath on through the whole practice and you're going to get warm nice and fast. So just blink the eyes open. On the next inhale, take the hands up towards the ceiling and look up to the fingertips and reach nice and tall. And at the same time, ground your heels down towards the mat. Pressing firmly down to find your root, reach tall with the fingertips. And very slowly begin a swan dive down, taking the arms wide to the side, keeping the chest lifted and pressing the hips all the way back into your forward fold. Then once you're down, cup your elbows with your hands and just hang here. And you can even start to sway a little bit to the right and to the left, just transitioning the weight as we start to soften into the back body. And continue with that breath. Then from there, put a little bend in your knees and place your hands down either side of your feet. And then we're going to step both feet long to the back of the mat so that you're in a plank position. So in your plank, what we want to see is that the fingers are spread nice and wide. And as Michael's showing you here, we want to actively be pressing into the ground. So it's like you're trying to push the ground away. Firmly pressing in with the hands is going to activate through not only the shoulders, but also through the core. And holding this position, again, gets you warmed up nice and fast. So from here, we're going to lower down the knees. And then very slowly lowering chest and chin down towards the ground. We're just going to peel forwards and lift the chest into the cobra pose. So a nice low cobra to start, just warming up through the spine. Continue your breath in cobra. Point the toes and gently press into the top of the feet. And then lower the chest back down to the mat. Tuck the toes under, draw a deep breath in first, and as you exhale, press it back to your downward facing dog. So in your first downward dog, we're just going to press down through one heel and bend the other leg. So we're alternating here, taking the little dog for a walk. And as you press one heel down, you bend the knee and alternate sides. And you lift sit bones towards the ceiling at the same time. So creating that lengthening effect through the back of the leg. Now drive both heels down towards the mat and just look forward to your hands. So in downward facing dog, we want to make sure that we've got the mound of the index finger pressing firmly into the mat. And that's going to keep a full surface area of the hand pressing down, and that's going to strengthen up the shoulders. Now from here, bring your feet together at the back of the mat and take that right foot up towards the ceiling. So the right foot goes nice and high. Good, draw a deep breath in. As you exhale, step it through in between the hands. So you're here in a lunge position. Keeping the left heel lifted, we're going to use our core to inhale and float the hands up into a crescent lunge. So try not to have your shoulders tucked into your ears in this position. You want to relax the shoulders away from the ears, but continue to reach nice and high through the hands. Keep the heel of the left foot lifted and press back firmly through the heel of the left foot. And what's going to happen there, that's going to be your stability to keep you from stumbling and tumbling. Now from here, we're going to test our proprioception. So you're going to reach your left arm forwards and your right arm back and look to your right fingertips. Good, so we've got a bit of a twist happening through the body here. So these guys are amazing, they're very good practitioners, but a lot of people are going to start to wobble in this position because it's a very challenging position. But just try and keep your breath, keep your focus, and now keep looking to your right hand and slowly lower that left hand down to the instep of the right foot and reach the right arm straight up towards the ceiling. Very nice. Holding this position. Again, with the left hand here, you want to keep a nice, strong, flat palm pressing into the mat so that you can reach high through the right fingertips. Draw a deep breath in, and as you exhale, send the right hand down to frame the right foot. Step that right foot back in your tall plank position. Nice. Now from here you have the choice of either lowering and doing your cobra or doing it upward facing dog. These guys are going to do upward facing dog, so lower halfway. Good, and then inhale, switch to top of the feet, sweep up, open chest. Good, and then as you exhale, tuck the toes, press it back, downward facing dog. Very nice. Fingers are spread, working those heels down towards the mat and lifting the sit bones up towards the sky. Now in your down dog, just keep your focus looking in between your toes so that the cervical spine, the neck, stays nice and long. Good. Bring your feet together, raise your left leg up towards the sky. Take it nice and high. Big separations between the heels. Draw a deep breath in, and as you exhale, bring it through in between the hands. So, from your lunge on the left side, again, just brace the core and use the inhale to float the arms up into crescent lunge on the left side. Just find your stability here. Once you're in a comfortable position, you're going to reach forward with the right hand and back with the left, and then look to your left fingertips. And just find that stability. If you're wobbling a bit, that's good. It means that these little differences are actually happening and that the synergist muscles, the stability muscles are working to find your balance. So from here, see if you can just keep looking at the left fingertips and slowly lower that right hand down onto the instep of the right foot and the left hand reaches up. And again, grounding firmly through that right palm to reach high through the left palm. Draw a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, the left hand comes down, frames the left foot, step the left foot back. You're in a tall plank position. Now from your plank, lowering down through chaturanga, pinch your sides with your elbows, switch to the top of the feet, inhale to upward facing dog, open the chest. Exhale to downward facing dog. Find your breath. Find that ujjayi, that flowing breath through the nose. From here, bring the feet together. Take that right leg up towards the sky. Reach it nice and high. Draw a deep breath in. And as you exhale, swing it through, place it down in between the hands. So using the inhale, float the arms up into your crescent lunge. And then we're going to go into warrior one. So warrior one, we want to keep the hips facing forwards, but we're going to drop the left heel down to the mat. Now for a lot of people, they don't have really good flexibility. What you want to do is take your left foot a little bit wider so you get a little bit more surface area so that you can really make sure that the whole foot is pressing down into the mat. That's very important because that's what's going to protect the knee. If you ever get any issues with your knee, then you need to make sure that you're staying nice and stable and pressing down through the whole surface area of the foot. From your warrior one, we're going to open out into warrior two. So now in warrior two, what we need to do is line up the heel of the right foot with the inner arch of the left foot. And this Lifeform mat is very handy in this instance because we can see that the inner arch of Ryan's foot here is perfectly in line with the heel of his right foot. And that's what we want. And now he's keeping that external rotation on the front thigh to keep the right knee over the right ankle, and at the same time he's got a nice flat foot at the back. Very important. You don't want to be rolling onto the inside or outside edge of the foot. So from here we're taking it to Parsvakonasana. So you're just going to bring your forearm, right forearm, onto the thigh and reach your left arm straight up towards the ceiling. Start with it straight towards the ceiling, and if you're comfortable with that, you can then reach forwards towards the front of the room. Now what we're looking for is a nice straight line going from left fingertips all the way down to left heel. Very nicely demonstrated. At the same time, make sure that you're pressing firmly into your forearm with the knee here to keep the shoulder plugging into the socket. What we don't want to see in this position is that you're shrugged up here. That means there's no activation, you're just hanging out. So you want to press in and reach. And then from here, just to really challenge it, so you feel like a warrior, we're going to reach that right arm forward as well. And now you can't rely on that forearm at all. You just have to hang here and stay nice and strong. Breathe, spin the chest open towards the ceiling, and look underneath the armpit on the left side. On the next inhale, come back to warrior two. Exhale, the hands come down, frame the right foot, step it back, plank position. So from your plank, lowering down, chaturanga, pinch your sides with the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog, open the chest. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Stepping those feet together, inhale the left leg nice and high. Exhale, step it through in between the hands. Fingertips just grazing the floor, brace your core. Inhale, float the arms nice and high. So from your crescent lunge, we're going to warrior one again. So what we're going to do is drop that right heel down, but try and keep that right hip pulling forwards so the hips are facing the direction you want to be looking in. Hands up towards the ceiling. If you need to take that foot a little further to make sure that you're grounding down through both edges of the foot, no problem. And from there, we're going to open into warrior two. So the arms open out to the side. Again, now we're lining up the heel of the left foot with the inside edge of the right. Perfect. Very nice. Then from warrior two, we're going into Parsvakonasana. So left elbow coming onto left thigh, and right arm reaching straight up to the ceiling first. And then we're going to start to tilt forwards and point towards the front of the mat. So we get that nice straight line going from fingertip all the way down to the heel. Perfect. And now get the breath really flowing here. And what that does is that starts to separate the rib cage, really getting length and flexibility through that side body. Now from here, we're going to challenge the same as we did on the other side, keeping that nice strong body position. Reach the left arm forwards. Excellent. Hold that. Now from here, what you want to be doing is applying that rotation to try and spin your chest open towards the ceiling. So you're looking underneath the right armpit and hold there. Very nice. Excellent. On the next deep inhale, float back to warrior two. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down, frame the left foot. Step the left foot back, you're in a tall plank position. From there, lowering down, chaturanga, pinch your sides with the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog, open the chest. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Very good. Fingers spread, heels grounded. Bring the feet together. Use the inhale to float the right leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, step it through in between the hands. So we're going to keep the left heel lifted and inhale up into crescent lunge. So now we're going to go into warrior three, which is a little bit more tricky. There's a lot of balance and stability happening here. So from your crescent lunge position, what you want to do is lean your torso forwards towards your right knee. So you're leaning forwards, and then from there, bend your left knee down towards the mat, and then step up into your warrior three. Very good. Now, keep the arms reaching forward if you can. If you find it too difficult in your shoulders and your lower back, then send the hands alongside the body. But otherwise, I want to see if you can keep reaching forwards, because that's where the good stuff happens. And keep this foot flexed. So bring the toes towards the knee. Excellent, nice. That's going to give you stability, driving that heel back. Very good. Keep breathing. Keep the cervical spine long, crown of the head moving forwards. Take one more deep breath in. And now as you exhale, the tricky part here is to go back to crescent lunge. So slowly lower that left foot down, and as you do, the arms come up. Perfectly executed. Well done, guys. Nice. And then lower the hands down, frame the right foot, step the right foot back. Plank position, lowering down, chaturanga, pinch the sides with the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back to downward facing dog. Very nice. Here's your chance to come back to the breath before we go to the other side. Bring your feet together. Raise that left leg, take it nice and high. Sweep it up, and then step it through in between the hands. Keep the right heel lifted. Brace your core, use the inhale, float the arms up, crescent lunge. Nice. So once you've found your crescent lunge, once you've found your stability and your strength, And what you're going to do is start to lean your chest towards your left knee. Lean forwards. Keep it nice and tall though. Reach through the fingertips. Drop that right knee down towards the mat and then step it up into your warrior three. Keep the arms reaching forwards. Keep driving the right heel back. That's what's going to find your stability through that right heel. So if you're uncomfortable with your arms forwards, you can take your arms by the side, but see if you can just hold the arms forwards. Very good. Continue that breath. Okay, so when you find your warrior three, it's not the most comfortable pose. It's difficult, but what do? Do you hold your breath? Do you freeze? Do you think, oh my God, I've got to put my leg down, I've got to put my hands down? No, you don't. You come back to your breath. You breathe. Switch that breath on. Use the breath to get you through. Inhale. Exhale. Very nice. Now very slowly from here, see if you can come back to your crescent lunge. Drop the right foot, raise the arms. Beautiful. Lower the right hands down, frame the left foot, step that left foot back, plank position. Lowering down through chaturanga, inhale, upward facing dog, open your chest up. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Nice. So downward dog is like your resting pose through this practice. So when you're in down dog, just come back to your breath, switch it on. Okay, bring your feet together. Let's take the right leg up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, swing it through, place it down in between the hands. And now we're going to put everything together, okay? So from here, staying in your crescent, inhale your arms up. Good. Drop that left heel down to the mat for warrior one. Keep the hips facing forwards. Keep drawing that left hip forwards and the right hip back. And now when you're ready, open the arms out to the side, warrior two. Line up that heel with the arch of the left foot. Get nice and low. From warrior two, we're going to go to Parsvakonasana. So we're going to take that forearm to the knee and reach the left arm nice and high. Now keep that left arm straight up towards the ceiling, and you're going to slowly lower your right hand down to the instep of the right foot. Good, nice. Now you're in a deep Parsvakonasana. So now where we're going from here is into your bind. So that right arm comes underneath the left thigh, the right thigh, and the left arm goes round the lower back and you take your bind. Perfect. Now once you've got your bind, spin that left shoulder open up towards the ceiling. And then from here, take your drishti back down to your right toes and step your left foot a little bit further forwards, ready to transition into bound warrior three. Now this is very tricky, so just work with it. Go where you can go. Continue your breath, transition the weight into the right foot, and slowly start to lift that left foot off the mat. So you're balancing on your right foot whilst in a bind. Very nice. Mike's showing you a nice little variation there. Perfect. Keep working with it, keep working with it. This is where all the good stuff happens. Very good. Okay guys, slowly lower that left leg back down to the mat. Good. Come back from where you came from. Inhale back up to warrior two. And as you exhale, cartwheel the hands down, frame the foot, step that right foot back, plank position. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Very nice. Take a moment, catch your breath, focus. I'm going to attempt this one with the guys. So from your downward facing dog, we're going to lift that left leg, take it nice and high. Press the heel towards the ceiling, draw a deep breath in. Exhale, step it through in between the hands. Find your stability, brace your core. Inhale, the arms come up. You're in your crescent lunge. Now keep your hips facing forwards, drop that right heel down to the mat. Continue the breath. Then from there, we're opening out into our warrior two. Reaching the left arm forwards, the right arm reaches back, and then line up that heel of the left foot with the inside arch of the right. Reaching long through the fingertips, looking along your left hand. You're going to bring your forearm down to the left knee and reach the right arm straight up for the ceiling. And then slowly slide that left hand down the leg, palm down on the mat. Reaching the right hand nice and tall, go for your bind. So the left arm comes underneath the left thigh and the right arm goes round the back. You can either go for your wrist or you can just interlace your fingers. And then from there, bring your drishti back down to just in front of the left toes. And now we're going to go for bound warrior 3. So just transition that weight forwards into the left foot and slowly start to pick that right foot off the mat. How long can you balance? How long can you stay? How long can you breathe? And slowly come down, right foot down. Start by rolling open the right shoulder and then release the left hand down and inhale, float your way back up to your warrior 2. Take a moment in warrior 2 and then cartwheel the hands down, frame the left foot, step the left foot back, you're in a plank. Chaturanga, pinch the sides with the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Now from here, walk your hands back to your feet nice and slow. Stay in a forward fold. So your feet should be hips width apart. You're going to grab hold of your big toes with the peace fingers and the thumb wrapped around and use your biceps to pull yourself down. Take the elbows nice and wide and draw your chest towards your thighs. Make sure there's no tension in the neck. You can just shake the head out like you're saying no. And then from there, release the hands back down to the mat. Walk your way back out to your plank. Drop your knees down. Bum back to your heels. Child's pose. Reach your hands forwards. Reach through the fingertips. Bum to the heels. And then, nice tall kneeling position. Cross your feet over behind you. Sit your bum back. Extend your legs out. We're just going to finish with a little Janu Shirshasana. So left foot inside of the right thigh. And then flex up your right foot. Toes towards the ceiling. Drive the back of your right knee in towards the mat. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forwards over that right leg. So a little tip here in Janu Shirshasana is to make sure that you keep that left foot pressing into the right thigh. And what that's going to do is keep your hip opening on the left side while you're going for that nice hamstring stretch on the right side. And also you're going to lengthen out your lower back. So you get lots in one stretch. Okay guys, walk your hands back up, keep a heavy head. Switch over, left leg extended, right foot to the inside edge of the left thigh. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, fold forwards over that left leg. And with that, we're going to leave it there. So thank you very much for practicing. There's lots of other videos on the Boys of Yoga website, so please go and check them out because they're really going to push your practice on. I hope you had fun today. This has been Michael. This has been Ryan. Thank you very much.